since I think we opened up to the public in July of last year.
So there
it
you go.
hasn't been that long.
There hasn't even been a year yet. So, and
Not
your
even a
hair is
year.
turning. So the thing is, the only way the hair turns, guys, okay, again, we're not making any medical claims. The only way the hair goes back to its natural color, that's what it's trying to do right now, is because the telomeres are going the other way. If the telomeres are going longer, that means your life is going longer.
That's right.
You're feeling me? We have the technology that the body recognizes where the body's going to be able to live 200 years old. We don't know that yet because we haven't gotten 200 years into the future. If we had the time capsule, we would gladly jump into the time capsule and go 200-300 years into the future, come back and tell you exactly. But we have reason to believe, that's exactly what's going to end up happening. And so the telomeres going the other way, meaning that you're getting younger, not older, is very exciting. But before we get started, folks, make sure you hit the pause button. Okay, go down below. There's a Rumble link. Go over to Rumble and follow us over there. QFS1776.com is, without question, the holy grail of what's to come. Okay, T-shirts. You got to get yourself decorated. This way, people will ask you, what is XRP? What is the quantum financial system? What is this? What is that? And you send them where? To QFS1776.com. where they need to immerse themselves, because we're going to burn down this system down to the ground. And out of the ashes will rise the phoenix. There'll be nothing to go back to. Believe me when I tell you that. Unified TV will take over Netflix. We're bringing in the next genre of movie producers and storytellers and actors and actresses. And we're telling the story of how the world is going to be on earth as it is in heaven. Jasara Nasara is coming. Don't make no mistake about it. Gold and silver right down below. Promo code Mel Carmine. Make sure you use the promo code. Almost $8 billion in sales. We're direct to like a bunch of mints. We are the ones that can get you the gold and silver directly to your door, okay, at the cheapest price. Don't even waste your time looking for a cheaper price. It doesn't exist. Also, our Telegram groups down below. If you want to learn what's coming and you're sort of a little scared, I understand. Believe me, I was there too at one point. Our Patriots are literally waiting for you in the room. And if you need more than $10,000 worth of XRP or $1 million worth of XRP, you come see me. Send me an email at QFS1776@gmail, and we'll get you as much as you want. Okay, good evening, folks. We got Gil. He's down in Carterville, Georgia. If you could see from the monitors behind them, that's what keeps him as good looking as George Clooney. I think George Clooney would actually be jealous, to be quite honest with you. And he's got a website. It's called EtawaEnergySpa.com. That link's going to be right down below. And if you're looking to get your body in a situation where your body becomes its own doctor and knows how to heal itself, you want to go there and hang out in that energy, because that's exactly what the body's going to do. The body heals the body. We're not making any medical claims. These are not medical devices, but magical things are happening because the body is the most perfect machine you own. And it's the machine that knows how to heal itself properly. I'm going to let him tell you some of the experiences, and we're going to try to stay under the radar with some wording. You understand why. And Gil, welcome to the show, brother. You and I have been talking on the phone now. It seems like you're my brother from another mother, and we've been communicating forever. I just told his wife, I says, I'm sure he doesn't drink, and I know I don't drink, but I says, if we did drink, we'd probably be hanging out at a bar drinking the Corona or Budweiser or something like that. But I don't think he needs to become any more Budweiser than he is. So tell us about what your experience personally is. Tell us what some of your customers' experience is. Tell us everything. Welcome to the show, brother.
Thanks, Mel. I appreciate it. I guess back in June of last year, I found out some information from Jason Shurka and Dr. Sandra Rose Michael, and the technologies referred to as the EE systems. And basically, without going into too much detail, the system generates what's called scalar energy. Mm-hmm. And it's something that Nikola Tesla discovered over 100 years ago. So it's one of those technologies that have been kind of tucked away, waiting to come out. So it's here. We invested in it, and just seeing amazing things. So basically, in a nutshell, what it does is it energizes the cells of your body. And when you have this extra energy that we should already have, your body uses it for, for doing its work.
Oh,
for
absolutely.
recovery and healing and everything else. So I mean, it's fascinating. We've seen a lot of great things, and it's just been a pleasure. It's a labor of love because a lot of people leave out of our center feeling rejuvenated, renewed, overcoming some of their illness, and it's just a lot of fun. We really enjoy, my wife and I really enjoy it.
Now I understand that your hair was a lot lighter at some point, and it's coming in darker and darker and darker. Is it
Yep.
possible that by the time we do like podcast number 2, podcast number 3, your hair is gonna be like jet black? That would be something.
I don't
no?
see why not. It's heading that way now. I mean, I don't know why it wouldn't be. So I'm optimistic, but I don't know. I'm 53 years old. I don't know what I would look like with black hair again. So anyway, if I'm going to maintain that George Clooney look, I think I need to keep it somewhat like this, right?
Yeah, maybe a little shorter, but you're right up there. Let me tell you something, not for nothing, but the hair changing colors back to its natural state gradually, like it's happening with you. And I'm sure you got a lot of stories. We could probably make a 9-hour podcast with all the stories you have. You're one of the number 12 center that opened up with Dr. Sandra. So I'm sure you've been around for a while. Not a while, but this thing's only been around for 9-10 months or something like that. How long you been in business over there?
Yeah, I mean, since I think we opened up to the public in July of last year. So
there
it
you
hasn't
go.
been that long.
There hasn't even been a year yet. So, and
Not
your
even
hair
a
is
year.
turning. So the thing is, the only way the hair turns, guys, okay, again, we're not making any medical claims. The only way the hair goes back to its natural color, that's what it's trying to do right now, is because the telomeres are going the other way. If the telomeres are going longer, that means your life is going longer.
That's right.
You're feeling me? We have the technology that the body recognizes where the body's going to be able to live 200 years old. We don't know that yet because we haven't gotten 200 years into the future. If we had the time capsule, we would gladly jump into the time capsule and go 200-300 years into the future, come back and tell you exactly. But we have reason to believe, that's exactly what's going to end up happening. And so the telomeres going the other way, meaning that you're getting younger, not older, is very exciting, especially to this dude. And I'm opening up a center over in Chula Vista. We're delayed, but we're going to be open, hopefully, with a little bit of luck from upstairs by no later than the end of March. Okay?
Good.
So,
good. Yeah.
And we're headed that way. So listen, tell us your experiences with the people. Are you doing some testimonials with people? You're putting some of these testimonials on your website. Where could we find some solid evidence of people that say, oh my God, they could look at a 3-minute video, 4-minute video. At simultaneously, I'm giving you some marketing tips because I am a marketing guru. I love doing this stuff. I live for it.
Yeah, so we have a few testimonials on our website. Some people are a little reluctant to come out and say too much, and we try to hide their name and try to protect their their identity. But yeah, we have some testimonials, but we're not the only center around either. So just like you said, there's others opening up. I think there's about 200 of them that are going to be open at the end of this year around the world. And you can go to any of their websites and find testimonials. So it's not just even us. So, but we're going to be adding more and more things because, there's so much that we're seeing right now. And people are experiencing so many different improvements that it's almost getting difficult to keep up with. When we first started, we knew everybody's name and, we celebrated with them and, just really took on what they had going on. And then as time goes on, of course, we're seeing more and more people and, you start moving away from the intimacy of it. Because, right now we started in our home, but we're getting ready to open our new center with a 24-unit system. And we should be open in about 2 weeks. And once that happens, we're going to start all of our marketing. And then, Jason Shirk is doing a lot more work. Dr. Michaels is doing a lot more work. So as time goes on, the word of mouth will spread and these things will just become, they'll take on a life of their own. But I can't say enough good things about it. I really
So the
can't.
timing right now is absolutely perfect. And you're opening up, obviously you opened up for the 12-unit system in your house. And obviously the results are stellar, no pun intended, because we're all into those digital assets, right? And you're opening up another one. How far is that from your house?
It's about 5 or 6 miles. But it's more in a commercial site that's more conducive to having more people at one time. So right now we see about 7 people at a time. Our new center will be able to see up to about 20. So we're hoping that we'll have enough growth Well, we know we will. We don't even have to hope for it. It's going to happen. But we'll just continue to expand. Mel, honestly, I'm just hoping we're in this new location for at least a year. That would be great. But we'll have to expand and go into a larger space as time goes on.
Yeah, absolutely. And so you got a steady stream of people coming. How do people find you besides going to the website that will be right down below, guys? Is there like a telephone number that they can call to make an appointment for people who maybe not have a computer?
Yeah, absolutely. Our number here is 404-974-6953 is our direct number. But you can also find us on Dr. Michael's EE Systems website, and you can find us on Unified Healing. If you go to Unified Healing, which is Jason Shirka's website, he'll have information on our center as well. So if you go to, either call the number, go to our website, or go to their websites, you can get linked up with us.
Excellent, excellent. And so you haven't had anybody go on video yet, or not yet? You don't have any guys that are like into the camera giving you like a 2-3 minute testimonials, what's happened with them? Because that's really the key point, I think, not for just your center, but I think all of them, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah, we have a couple of videos. I can send them your way, some testimonials that people have done. Again, some people are camera shy, so we don't push it. If they're not comfortable with it, we don't really push it. But we have a couple of testimonials, video testimonials I can send to you. Got a few pictures I can send your way, just to kind of share it with folks.
Yeah, if you could do that, that would be great, because Amber can splice it right in and edit it right into this video. And that'll give people a glimpse of what it is that this is and what they're getting themselves into. So you said there's 200 locations that are opening. Is that 200 new locations on top of the 180 locations that are practically open right now?
Yeah, as my understanding, there'll be 200 around the world at the end of this year, or at least on pace for that. And then, of course, there'll continue to be more. So most of those, obviously, with being so new, all of the technology is new. So all of those are mostly new centers. Like I said, we were the 12th one in the world. When I saw the video, I ordered it right away. I didn't hesitate. I knew exactly what it was. So I went ahead and got it. And then as time has gone on and the word has spread, then of course people are starting to they're beginning their own centers.
Absolutely.
Just like you. I mean, you want to be a part of this, and a lot of people are jumping on board.
Well, I don't have any secrets. I'm basically going to tell you, we're fully automated. There's no money being exchanged, no cash. It's all done online. They pay through one of those, Stripe or whatever. When they come there, we check the computer systems. Yeah, we verify their appointment, and we give them a beeper if they bought 4 hours. And at the 4-hour mark, that beeper is going to, beep or buzz, vibrate, and then they got to get up because someone else is going to take the chair that's booked it, etc. It's going to be fully automated, and just hire a bunch of smart, pretty people behind the counter with a nice smile, and teach them a couple of minor things. That this is not rocket science, I don't think. A lot easier than making pizzas. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah, a lot less work. Well, what's nice about it is you come in and sit. I mean, that's all you have to do. We recommend people take a nap, they unplug, turn off their phones, set those things aside, just relax. And then as you relax, you take in the energy, and then, people experience different things. We sell 2-hour packages, 4-hour packages, 12-hour packages. And I think we just came up with a 24-hour package recently. So, basically, and we have overnights as well. Overnights are 10 hours. That's really the best use of your time and money. Obviously, I mean, you're relaxed, you're asleep, you're taking the energy in. The 2-hour sessions are the minimum, and it kind of goes like this, or at least what we've seen. After 2 hours, people have a general sense of well-being. They can't really explain it. They don't really know what it is, but they feel good, right? 4 hours, they start noticing some of their aches and pains going away. So they came in with something, and then they're like, well, it's actually improved. It doesn't hurt as bad, or, whatever the case is. 12 hours is when we have people starting to really take note. And then up to 24 hours, 40 hours, 50 hours, we're seeing some pretty amazing things at that point. We've seen, we have people whose tumors are shrinking. We've had people who've had strokes who are starting to get some mobility. They're actually
the body's actually healing. The body's actually going in and healing some of the stuff. That's amazing.
It is amazing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, it's like you said, your body, when it has the energy, it knows what to do. It's,
Right.
God made an incredible machine.
Yeah.
We're an innate healer.
Right.
So we get injured, we heal, but we have a lot of things working against us. So when you sit in this energy, you actually start getting some of that back to kind of do your own work.
Oh yeah, totally. Oh, let me ask you a question. I'm going to be a new owner, operator, etc. With my partner. We're actually opening up in her house, the first place, and then the second place over in Chula Vista will not be in her house; will be commercial, and we're opening up in Space Coast, Florida, as well. What kind of, if you were to give me 3-4 tips, because you're hands-on, you've been there for a few months doing it, etc. If you had to give a brand new owner some tips of what to do or how to do it, what would those tips be?
I guess I'd say be really engaged with your members, your customers, understanding what their needs are, and track and monitoring their progress. Stay in regular communication, the follow up. I guess what you guys maybe say a bedside manner. This has nothing to do with medicine, obviously, but having that what people would want from a bedside manner and a quality of care or concern, let's say, that would be the first and foremost thing. Just communication of what the technology does, becoming familiar with the technology. It's obviously, you can see behind me, it's not exactly rocket science, right? It's pretty simple stuff, but the science behind it is pretty intense, right?
Yeah.
But understanding enough to communicate what the technology does, how it works, what scalar energy is, because it's something that we haven't been really taught much about. We've learned plenty about electromagnetics, regular electricity, AC current, DC current, all those kind of things. We know about those, but what we haven't been really taught much about is scalar energy, right? So being familiar with scalar energy, what it means, how it works, what the science is behind that, having a general understanding, because it seems too far-fetched at times to, for people to really grasp it. But so, those are some things I would definitely become familiar with and understand. And even if you have, people who are interested in this podcast and learning more about the technology, those are things that I would dive into, would be scalar energy, things that Nikola Tesla discovered long ago. This is nothing new, the scalar energy. This technology is new, but scalar energy is not. Scalar energy has always been around. It's just having it in a setting where you can actually make use of it is what is changing people's lives.
Interesting. And how, as far as marketing right now, is basically mostly all word of mouth. How's that working out?
We're doing some local stuff. We have joined Unified Healing. So Jason, it's kind of like a pay it forward kind of thing. He introduced it. We give back. He's using that money to promote the technology, get the information out. He's doing amazing things with Unified Healing. We're actually starting to do some of our own local advertising. We're about 30 minutes outside of Atlanta. We've had people from all over the Southeast come in and use the system when we first started, because we were one of the first ones in the Southeast, or actually the first one. So people came from Texas and Louisiana and just all over. But we're going to start doing some of our local advertising as more and more of these centers open up, and they'll be everywhere eventually. As they open up, it kind of it pollutes the market or a little bit as far as the number of people available to use. So for example, we might have a system open up an hour from us. Well, those people are now going to go to that center because it's close. So it kind of cuts down on our visits. But as time goes on, there's going to be enough to go around for everybody. We don't really worry about it. So our local advertising is going to start taking off, and we'll do things like Google ads, things like that. So we got some folks helping us out.
And you do overnights in the location you're in right now?
Yeah, we sure do. Yeah, we sure do. That knowing what I know now, if I were going to make use of this technology for the first time, I would do overnights. It's where you spend the most time. You're relaxed. Obviously, you go to sleep, you wake up, you don't really try to keep track of time. So we've seen people who've really benefited the most, because part of it is relaxing while you're in it. You can't do any more relaxing than when you're asleep. So that's where the real benefits really start to kick in. But we've seen improvements no matter what people do. They might come in for 2 weeks for 2 hours a day. They might come in every other day for 4 hours. They might do 12 hours this week, 12 hours the next week during the day. So there's really no right or wrong answer, but what we have noticed is sleeping in the system gives you the best benefits.
So coming in, falling asleep, and I'm glad you said that magic word, sleep. When your body is complete, total, relaxed, you're out, down for the count, whatever you want to call it. That's when the body does the most healing. And Dr. Sandra has verified that with me as well. Yep. So are you getting better testimonials from people who are coming in there, staying overnight, and actually do falling asleep? And I don't know about you, but these things here, these things are a detriment, I think. These things are a pain, you know what? And I'm sort of wrestling with myself and talking it over with my business partners, et cetera. And I'm not sure if I'm going to confiscate, or if we're going to confiscate them at the door and give them a number. And then when they bring the number back, we give them their phone back. Because if you're too busy and you got business going on, this is what's getting you sick anyway. I mean, let's make that very clear. This is not scalar energy. Okay. This doesn't work. All right.
It's microwave energy.
It's microwave energy. It's the other way. Okay.
Yeah. It's not too good for you. Last I checked.
Yes, exactly. So why you bring this thing with you? I think you should leave it home personally. That's my opinion.
Yeah. The best thing to do is unplug. We had a few people come in and say, is it okay if we come in and use the center and use the system and bring our laptops because we have a lot of work to do? And we said, no, it's not okay. Just pick a day when you don't have much to do, where you can unplug and relax, and just enjoy the energy.
I'm one of the busiest guys in the world because I've decided to become a podcaster, like on steroids. And I got, 40,000 people in the Telegram groups, and I got all this stuff going on, and I'm selling all these different things. And the reality is, man, even myself, I don't want to go into a place and do this. I mean, look, what's so important that I can't get to it 3-4 hours later, or even the next day? Yeah, maybe I'll be a little bit backed up, but I could still get to it. You know what I mean? I want to be in a situation where I'm not creating microwaves with scalar wave technology defeating the purpose. That makes no sense to me.
Yeah. I mean, how many things can you truly say are that urgent? Not many.
Exactly.
Right? Not many.
Exactly.
So
here in Costa Rica, people drive around they're texting and driving. I've seen them on motorcycles. I don't know if you see that in the United States. I haven't been in the United States in a while. Okay. On motorcycles, they're doing 60 miles an hour texting.
Yeah, that's suicide.
Like, really?
Well, the good thing about sitting in this energy is it does negate or offset those electromagnetic frequencies. So some people have said, well, is it going to harm me if I use the phone in here? Well, technically, no. But how much can you relax if you're constantly checking emails and text messages? It's hard to do that under normal circumstances. And I'll tell you, Mel, we've seen a lot of people come in and say, well, there's no way, I don't take naps, right? And you come back in about 30 minutes later and they're laid back with their mouth open, snoring. So we know it's relaxing. We know it works. You just have to sit back and relax and enjoy it and choose a different path. And when you do, it's going to help you out tremendously.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I can't wait to get open myself. I know that we're scheduled to be installed at the end of March, and I'm excited. It's a new venture. It's a new thing. I'm sort of like
you're gonna love it.
I'm somewhat nervous, and I'm not really nervous. It's a challenge for me, and being that I love marketing, and I got quite a few eyeballs looking at me worldwide. I think that we have a team assembled through my partner, myself, and what we got going on with podcasting, what have you. Plus, I'm connected with a lot of other podcasters. I could really reach out and touch a lot of people very quickly.
Yeah, your networking is tremendous. I mean, and we're all working toward the same thing, whether it be XRP and those investments, whether it be health, we're all trying to find a better way. So everybody you talk to, everybody I talk to, we're all working on the same things. Yeah. It's a better way of doing things, a new way of doing things, helping each other and working for each other versus working for somebody else.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what I say to my people. I had to find a very delicate balancing act because, okay, we're in a Mexican standoff with the cabal and the banksters because this thing should have been out of the oven a long time ago, right? And it's not. Okay. And so what do? I mean, I got a friend of mine, a guy that I talk to on a regular basis, sent me a message yesterday. He says, Mel, I'm 21 days away from being homeless. This is a guy that's got kids and a family and dogs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, it's like they believe in the hoopla so much that they think it's going to happen tomorrow at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and then it doesn't happen, and you're still not rich, and you're still square one, and it's a problem. It really is.
And getting unhealthier. Yeah.
And getting unhealthier. So I say, okay, I got to bring them opportunities, which I do. I bring in the most amazing business opportunities, which are right down below. You want to make some money while you wait for the cabal to get their shorts untangled? Do it.
That's right.
You know,
That's right.
Make some money, go out there and hustle and bustle and get your elbows bloodied up a little bit. No big deal. You know, go make some money, get some great nutrition right down the bottom with Purium, right? Which is not one of the best. It is the best. There's nothing on the market that even comes close. They go 7 levels above and beyond, not to get off track here, of what California superfood organic is. Okay. It's stuff, and my mom's taking the stuff, and she's like, "What is in it?" She's like taking one of those sleeping formula that she takes like 2 little teaspoons of. She's like, "I sleep like a baby." She goes, "Even if I wake up in the middle of the night and I go back to bed, I fall right back to sleep." Yeah, because the melatonin is there.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
Right. I looked it up. You know, obviously we're doing some different things, but I did look up the Purium, and the magnesium in the Purium is what helps your body to make melatonin. And magnesium is one of the things that we lack in our diets. At least, you know, of course, in Costa Rica, you got great food, but in the United States, it's just getting worse and worse and worse. So the magnesium is lacking in our diets here in the States. And it's the magnesium that's missing that is not allowing your body to produce melatonin.
Sure.
Which is what you need for sleep.
I've become this leader of, so many people, tens and tens and tens of thousands all over the world. And I say, how do you can't, I'm not one to give people dates that something's going to happen tomorrow. I'm not going to do that. I'm sorry. I don't do that. But the reality is, how do you create the opportunity so that these people could get into some positive cash flow while we wait? Yes, it could happen in 6 months, or it could happen in 6 years.
Yeah, that's right. We don't know. We don't know. Yeah.
We've given these people quadrillions of our dollars. They have the wherewithal. They have your money. They have my money. I'm trying to get it back. What are you doing about it, Jack? You know what I mean?
That's right. That's right. Yeah, I mean, nobody can really say. It'd be silly to predict a date, right? Because we don't dictate what goes on.
Yeah.
But the writing is on the wall, so to speak.
Yes.
So when you start looking at everything in total, you say to yourself, well, there's no way that we can continue down this path. It's kind of like it's like a drug addict, let's say, right? Sometimes when they can only be determined to turn their life around when they've hit rock bottom. Right. So, but then they can make that improvement upward. So it's the same thing, what's going on now. We got to hit rock bottom before the things can turn around. And who knows how long that's going to take. You just have to be, the best you could do is just be prepared in either case and just wait for the day to happen. And when it happens, you're ready.
Yeah. And I tell you, some people have actually taken me up on the offer of literally getting involved with Purium or the other thing, the iTerahertz, which is the links down below. And some of them are in positive cash flow, and they're making money, and they're building a team, and they're telling more people about it. Because I had a lady come on, she gave me a testimonial. She goes, "You don't understand. I used the thing for 4 minutes, and the pain was gone and never came back." It's like, boom, that's the kind of testimonial that turns the lights on. So
it produces scalar energy as well.
Right, exactly. So more people got involved because of this lady. So scalar energy, I got people contacting me every day. Dr. Sandra's daughter will tell you every day. I send the 2, 3, 4 leads. Hey, I want to buy the machines. I want to open up a center. Okay, talk to Mela. It's like I'm a traffic cop. I'm a traffic cop. Go there.
Yeah.
Okay,
go here, go there. Yep. Stop and go. Well, it's a great business. I mean, it really is. It's low overhead, right? So there's not a whole lot of moving parts to it. You basically come in, sit down, and relax, right? Sure. So from a business standpoint, it's low overhead, but it's not only about the money; it's about helping people. When you help people, the money comes.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
It's going to be there.
Absolutely. But all these people that some of them are nice people, but they bitch and moan and complain. But the reality is, why not put yourself in a situation where you're making 5, 10,000 a month or 20,000 a month or whatever, and you got extra money so you could buy more of the XRP that you're complaining about that you don't own enough of.
That's right.
You know what I
That's
mean?
right. That's right.
Hello?
It's not very expensive, so a little bit goes a long way.
You know?
So yeah, I'm with you on that one. And and my wife and I, we have two businesses outside of this. We weren't looking for another job,
Right.
but when this came along, we're like, we have to do this.
Absolutely.
And we almost, like, fortunately, we have other people running our other companies, but
Yes.
this is now our full-time job, and it's a labor of love. Our other businesses are kind of customer relations type businesses, and they're very difficult to manage because it's hard to manage people's expectations. Everybody's different, right? But in here, they're grateful, and they leave out of here, they're getting healthier, they're sharing their stories, and we're changing people's lives, and it couldn't be any better from a job standpoint.
Pack them in. I always say to all the centers, I know some of the centers, you guys out there are listening to me, right? Pack them in, hang them from the ceilings if you have to. The more bodies, the more healing energy. It's like that 12 unit system that he's got there will act like it's a 29 unit system, because there's more bodies inside the room, and the bodies, because they're 75% water, act like antennas, amplifying the energy.
It's true. It's true. This is a relatively small room, and we didn't realize how big we were going to grow as quickly as we did. So we have a relatively small room. So we were always concerned about putting too many people in the room. 7 people in this room is kind of tight. But interestingly enough, the vast majority of people like the coziness of the room. They actually prefer, because when we told them the size of the room that they're going into, they're like, are we still going to be able to come back to your home? And we said, well, we might do a private room for you, but they actually like the coziness of it, because people want to be around other people, and especially when everybody's getting some good energy.
Yeah.
People are healing. They're sharing their story. You sit across from the person, or sitting next to the person next to you or across from you, and they're saying, hey, this is what it's doing for me. It gives people a lot of hope, and they get very excited, and that energy just amps up.
Absolutely.
It just amps up.
Absolutely.
So what you're saying is 100% true.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, I keep telling my partners, listen, I don't care if we got 17 chairs. I think that's the number that it's going to end up being, 17, actually, our favorite number. But I says, if we could finagle the bagel and we can move the chairs around and there's no more space, and somebody says, yeah, I'm willing to bring my yoga mat and lay on the floor, I'll give them 30, 40% off, whatever, lay on the floor, soak up the energy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. We're thinking about doing the same thing. We're going to have classes, do yoga classes. We're going to do, what's the other stuff we're going to do? What do we talk about? In the room, the other classes. I'm talking to my wife. She's across from me, coaching me.
That's fine. I could see that.
The uses of essential oils.
Yeah, like with classes on essential oils. So you might have an hour-long class, and people will sit there and listen to that. Feng shui, just a number of different things. Yeah, nutrition, all those different things, and have a setting. And we'll move the chairs out. We'll have a presenter. We'll just mix it up and try to keep it, new and fresh, and learn new things. But
absolutely,
the big thing is one of the things we're considering doing is actually in the first few. So we're not going to be maxed out as far as the room size, but we're going to put the chairs in a circle similar to what we have here, because some people, they like to talk, and when you're in that, it's like a little campfire setting. So we're going to start out doing some of that. That might be something you could consider, depending on how your room is laid out and how many people you see at any given time. But we generally say come in and relax, but when people get talking and sharing information, boy, it's some really good conversations.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Well, listen, this has been fun. I'm going to hold you over. I'm going to tell the audience to get this out, and especially if you live in Cartersville, Georgia, or if you know somebody that lives in Cartersville, Georgia, but you live in Colorado, or you live in California, or you live in Alaska, it doesn't matter. Pick up the phone and call them. Say, hey, listen, there's a healing center down by you that, the body can heal the body because it's in the proper atmosphere. Pick up the phone and call them. You're the difference why some of these people are going to have the most amazing experience in their life. So pick up the phone. If you're so-called yourself a humanitarian, that's humanitarian. Pick up the phone and call somebody, say, go see Gil. Simple.
Come see us. We'd
You know
love to
what I
take
mean?
care of you. Yeah.
What's the telephone number where they can reach you in case that they want to place an order by phone and they don't want to use the computer? Is there a
Yeah.
telephone number?
Yeah. 404-974-6953.
Great. Thank you, guys. Sprinkle it out there. We can change the world, and we will. We will put all the cabooses back on the tracks. See you
Sure.
all soon. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Bill. See ya.